And this is going to be so easy. Nobody's going to have to stand up and walk. This is going to save like 15 minutes. This is going to save like 15 minutes. This idea came from Sue Lilly, who watched the live stream last time, told me I needed a stool, so I quit moving around, and had the idea for using the table for those speakers. And I went, if she's going to watch tonight, I hope to give us more feedback next time. I told her to watch so we took her suggestions. Who? No, Sue Lilly. No. No, she's never complained. All right. All right. Whoop. Okay. All right. Do you guys want to speak together? You're going to talk. Are you talking about who's going to talk? Who's talking about the net? Talk about the net. All right, and then you're going to talk about
in the Easter parade.
got Easter parade and net.
I was going to say, she asked me to say something about what I was doing on Facebook, and you just call on me.
And you can just stand up and just tell everybody. Okay. Or do you want a mic? You probably need a mic. You're pretty soft-spoken.
I'm sitting kind of center.
Okay.
So I think I'll be fine.
Okay. All right. As long as that works. Or you can. I'll tell you what. You could stand up here and she can. Then they couldn't hear, right? Well, you could just stand right here and grab the mic from her if you want to. Yeah. If you wanted to sit right in here, and then yeah, that'll work. Where's Marley? She's our featured person. All right, somebody needs to bring the frog in. Yeah. And help her come in. You can lose spatial awareness in the frog. Who are we missing, Marley? Well, she's got time. She's got time to get. I wish I could talk like he does. He's got the most beautiful voice. Oh, God. Right.
It just flows.
Oh, it's beautiful. And when he researches the stuff he researches, that last city council was just. All right.
Good to get out.
I wish.
I think I felt like you got flamed over.
Is there anything we could cover? Could we cover that up with some?
Trash cans right there.
This isn't what I do.
We cover those.
My face is out there. My voice is going to be out there. They might give me stand up.
I've got some.
I typed it all out in big bold so I could see it without my glasses.
Right.
And then I got in the parking lot and rewrote my whole thing.
My
And then people.
for city council has been done the same way.
Oh, got Netflix. We got Netflix going.
Now I got to cut it down by 25% to 3 minutes.
Well, that's what we had originally.
I enjoy it.
We're gonna have plenty of seats. This is good. I thought the war might bring more people. Thought the war might bring more people.
Do what?
I thought the war might bring more people out.
Well, it's
Although we
early.
still got people coming.
Still early.
It's true.
You guys need anything?
I hope. We are so organized tonight. You're not going to recognize us. You're not gonna. Actually, could you just talk so we can listen to you? I just want to listen. Did you say you needed to test this mic, or you can see it? We're good. That's going to bug me. Here comes the frog.
Here comes the frog.
Maybe we could give her a round of applause. Oh, she's going to take it off out there. Shoot. That looks so funny. That looks adorable. No, they're undressing her. Frogs that I know.
Melanie was one of our biggest volunteers. She got over 500 signatures by herself.
Yeah, she was there at the thing the other day. Got to meet that
I don't know.
hard charging
She's a
woman there.
member here. I know that.
Whenever you guys use this, you push this button here to turn the mic on.
Did you,
You
did,
want two
did some-
blue buttons
did
on
somebody,
there.
did somebody come with you?
So that
'Cause you
bottom one.
can, okay,
So, and then when you're done, just re-hit it. It'll turn. You only have one blue button left.
I appreciate it.
The bottom button mutes this.
We
So
don't-
you can see it.
Don't give him too much information, Amanda. Don't give anybody
You're
too
gonna have
much
normal
information.
microphone too. This is to pick up better audio. But it mutes it. That unmutes it. So when
You're
that
the
little
frog next
speaker
time, Rick.
looking thing's on, it's working.
That was good.
That was good.
Let's hear a round of applause for the frog. Good job. Woo! Woo! 4-minute warning. 4-minute warning. 4-minute warning. 4-minute warning. 4-minute warning. Showtime. 4 minutes. And I don't have you. Is that my thing? Let me try it once. Not doing it. Oh, okay. I got a lag. You got lag? I can just tell you. Oh, it was off? Oh, oh okay. Up is forward? Up is forward. Down's forward.
For the windows of your car, if you'd like to make a $5 donation, we'd love for you to have one. For 5. So you can see Joan, she's right here. Okay, thank you.
Can everybody see our panelists and the screen? We tried a new arrangement. I want to make sure everybody can see.
Do that right forward.
Well, we could probably. Let's see how it looks. Is it? Ooh. That one? It's a little dark. Maybe we should have brought some lamps. What do we like the lights off or back on? What do we think? Off? Off's good? Okay. Thank you, Janice. Two-minute warning. That's okay. We got plenty of time. But she's got plenty of time. She's got.
Are we gonna need some more chairs?
No, we can't.
Not for us, I'm talking about.
Oh,
Still have people
we sh-
coming. As we talked about, we could put some chairs right there if we needed to.
or they can sit on the pew or put some in the back. Or we could put some more over there. There's plenty of room over there too.
Somebody's gonna have to be in charge of putting them, there's Eric.
There he is. I
Rick,
knew he'd be here. He wouldn't let me down.
could you help us and put a few more chairs up here? These chairs here, just throw them up in here in case we, maybe, I don't know, 5 chairs. 1, 2, we got 2. We have several seats in amongst the. There's several seats through here, Eric. What? Are you laughing at me? You're not laughing at me, are you? All right, showtime. Here we go. Look at that, it worked. Like here?
Yeah, that's it.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so welcome everybody this evening. Appreciate you coming out. And especially, I want to welcome everybody. We're here to bring it different perspectives. We welcome everybody. Welcome everybody. We value everybody's contribution and opinion, and really thank you for spending your valuable time with us. Do we have any newcomers here tonight? Oh, all right. Look at that. Woo! Excellent. Excellent. We've got some information for you here later on that you might be interested in. At least I hope you're interested in. We've got a very jam-packed agenda, and things kept happening so fast today that it was like every half hour I could have updated the slides, you know? So I appreciate your patience. We're going to try to keep everything moving. We're going to start off with our treasurer report. Go Sue Ellen.
Can you hear me now? Yes. All right. Good news, we're in great shape. We have a steady flow of donations coming in. We've had a couple new recurring donations. Those are small amounts that come in every month and help us to do a budget. And
Mic up, just closer to your mouth.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
Still closer. The mic itself. Yeah. Oh, maybe it's just
I got my two blue buttons.
the big mic.
The big mic.
Can you tell?
The big mic up by her mouth. There you go. There you go.
Gotta keep it right up to your mouth.
All right. We appreciate all of our donors. We appreciate every little bit helps. We're in good shape now. We're going to be expanding to a different location. We've got things coming up with the New Kings Rally and other things.
We're helping you.
Still working? Lots of things to spend money on. We have donation jars in the back. If you want to put some cash in there, that's fine. You've got scan codes at the various tables if you want to donate them online. We're just going to keep on going. We're growing, we're reaching more people, and that's what we want to do. Thank you.
I wrote all my stuff down, but now there's no light, so here we go.
Is it good?
I think I just turned it off. Can you hear me? Okay. Yeah. I am Jack Jones. Most of you already know that. For those that don't, surprise. I use the name Jack Jones mostly for my safety, the safety of my children, but also I've learned that people listen to straight white men more than they would listen to whatever this is. I don't dress the part, I don't look the part, and I definitely don't speak the part. I'm going to try really hard not to curse or swear. I would say use profanity, but thanks to Mr. Brian Hayden, I now know that that word doesn't mean what I thought it meant. Anyway, I don't know if Melanie showed up. It's dark. I can't see her. We've had some really good volunteers. Melanie got over 500 signatures by herself on the sanitation petition. Amazing. I don't want to take up too much time. This isn't political. It's not left or right. These are neighbors. I'm talking to neighbors. They are pissed off that the people they elected are not listening to them. They want a voice, and that's what I'm trying to help them do, is to find their voice. An update on the petition, we filed it on February 27th at 3 p.m. At 10 a.m. that morning, the city filed a motion trying to stop us from collecting signatures until this is over. The judge has not ruled on that yet. So right now, we would like your names, we would like your addresses, but we will hold off and come back and get your signatures later. If you know anybody that wants to sign or needs to sign, please let us know. We don't know how picky the county's going to be. I'm assuming we're going to need anywhere from 300 to 800 more signatures for this to actually pass. So get the word out, please, 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 please.
And who can sign?
You have to be a registered voter inside the city limits of Parkersburg. That's it. That's the only requirement.
And what does the petition do?
The petition just puts the waste management contract on a ballot so everybody can vote whether they want it or not. That's all it does. It's not for or against anything. It just gives everybody a voice, which is the whole reason I'm here, is to give people a voice. And if the sanitation petition got you excited, stay tuned because there are bigger things coming, I promise. Thank you.
I just wanted to say, I can't say enough about what these women have done. This organization came together and went out in the bitterest of cold and ice and knocked on doors and got enough signatures. This is a history-making event in Wood County.
Yeah.
Nobody's ever done this before.
Never.
You know, it's on the books, it's a statute that you can petition the city government, and no one's ever been able to get enough signatures until now. So hats off. Oh, does anybody have an update on the injection wells? Any more information? Anybody go to the meeting today?
Yeah, there's a meeting. There might be a couple more people trickling in from the meeting.
Okay.
It was more of an information with updates on what they've done so far. There are, I believe, 9 different entities, including 5 water boards, the state township, the village of Beverly, and the Marietta City Council have all come together to fight. I believe they are trying to get the governor to file a moratorium against the Ohio Department of Natural Resources giving any more permits to drill injection wells in southeastern Ohio.
In Ohio,
The entire state of Ohio. So they haven't heard back from that yet, and they're still working on it. They're still collecting signatures for that. And that's about where we are.
Awesome, thank you. Thank you for the update, and we always try to update, and if there's any events to go to, we always throw it up on our social feed.
All right, so this is Lisa Maryland, and I'm part of the action team. We have a couple of things coming up. Most of you probably know of No Kings 3 on March 28th. It will be from noon to 2 in Muskegon. We are planning on having speakers, so if anybody would like to speak on anything that is going on, obviously there is a plethora of issues. Anybody that might have some personal experience that they want to get off their chest, that would be great. I'm also looking for anyone that might be able to sing, music, anything of that nature. We'd love to have something a little bit more upbeat too, and just kind of positive during the day as well. There is a group that started in Minnesota. It's called Singing
Oh,
Resistance.
we're going to cover that later.
Oh,
Yeah, I got a whole thing.
that's later. Okay,
Yeah.
well, I won't go there then. Another thing that is happening that I wanted to make mention real quick here in Washington County is the Washington County Democrats. We're having our spring dinner on the 27th. If anybody would like to attend, please see me afterwards and I'll get you the information on that. Then Lori would like to speak regarding the event coming up this Saturday.
Hi. We are going to have a convoy. Actually, it's happening all over the state. People from all over the state are going to convoy.
West Virginia.
Yeah, state of West Virginia. All from all over the state of West Virginia to Charleston. And the impetus was Governor Morrissey declaring for the state that local and state law enforcement are expected to support um, with ICE, support them and go along with them. So we have also signed a petition. I don't know how many names are on it, but everyone is going to meet at the Capitol, and we're going to have that petition and have a rally about that. So we are planning to leave from the Hobby Lobby area where we have our protests sometimes, in Vienna on Grand Central Hobby Lobby parking lot on this Saturday, the 7th. We're going to meet at 11 and we'll all travel together
Oh, I thought it was
to
12.
Charleston. What?
I had 12, so
Oh,
11's good.
yeah, we're meeting at 11 because it starts at 1 at the Capitol. So
Okay.
everyone's meeting at the Capitol at 1. So we're planning to meet and leave at 11. So we would love for you to come. If you want to make signs, that's great. And if you don't want to, that's fine too. It's a busy weekend. It's also Women's Weekend. And so there's also Women's Day in Charleston at Haddad Park. And that is from 6 to 8, I believe, in the evening. I think we have that down somewhere.
3 to 6.
Oh,
3 to 6.
Is that how that, okay, 3 to 6, yeah, in Charleston, Women's Day, so. And I've not been to that event before, but I've heard really good things about it. So that's another great thing to support this weekend. Yeah, they had reproductive day at the legislature. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't. It's this coming Friday. And that just made me lose track of that. Anti-war. We'd like to have an anti-war protest, kind of like a honk and wave. We've been really successful at getting good groups at Grand Central, the same location, Hobby Lobby parking lot there with the Applebee's parking lot, meeting there and just taking our signs and standing along Grand Central. And so probably the time that we think might be good is from 4 to 6, roughly 4 to 6. That way we'll catch people who are, leaving work or going out to dinner or whatever. So from 4 to 6.
What day?
That would be Thursday, the 12th of March. Thursday, the 12th, 4 to 6 anti-war protests.
We'll put that up on the social feeds.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anything else I'm forgetting?
No, you're good.
Good. Okay.
Thank you, Lord.
Oh, did you miss something?
Yeah, I wanted to make. And for those in Washington County again, tomorrow at 9 o'clock is a commissioners meeting, and there will be people there discussing the data center that is going attempted to go in Waterford. So there will be people there discussing that issue. I think there's going to be at least one person there with some signs. So if you are wanting a sign, maybe you can attend that meeting as well regarding the data issues.
All right. Hi, everyone. I'm Gracie. I am chair of recruitment committee. So I wanted to let you know that we are still working to try and recruit more people. Some people come in, but they may not really be able to connect with those in our group yet, or maybe you just see faces and then you go home. Sometimes it's nice to have a connection with other people that feel the same way about you about certain things, to be able to talk about your stressors and what we're doing, and to maybe have a couple more friendly faces when we go to our next protest. So we are actually going to be having a new member networking meeting on Wednesday, March 11th from 5 to 8. And we hope to see some of you there. If you have any new people you want to bring with you, that would be fantastic as well. We also have coming up, we are going to be in the Easter parade this year. Ooh. So if you would like to walk with us or be on the fantastic Model T truck provided by Trish up here, we would love some people to sign up for that. So if you want to come and talk to me afterward, please feel free to reach out to me. That is actually going to be on the 21st Mhm. Oh, 24. That says 2018. So the one from this year should be on the 20th.
What day might it be?
I have it down here.
Definitely not 28. Go by her date.
Yeah, it should be on the 21st this year at 2 p.m. It's still being held by the Friends of Vienna. So we are going to be up in that area. If you are interested in that, please reach out to me. We will get your contact info. We're going to meet up beforehand. We're going to have a really good time. All right.
The location for the new member net is at the net.
So we will see you at North End Tavern
So if you can stop in and
in Parkersburg.
have a beer, grab a good net burger, or just come in and visit with us and meet the team leaders, and it gives an opportunity to get to know each other a little better and a little information about what we do, what we're about.
And Trish, can you confirm for me, are we paying for food for this one?
No, it's a buy your own beer.
But come on in. If you have questions or just want to talk, come on in, and we'll be happy to see you guys. Correct. We are not buying alcohol. Sure. And we have messaging. Yes. And then I will have Joan here talk to you guys. She's doing a fantastic campaign in our recruitment committee. Sorry about that. This is Joan.
Hello, can you hear me?
She needs that too. Sounds like she turned it off.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm on the recruiting committee.
That's for the live stream.
I'm on the recruiting committee, and I just took it up on myself to go onto my Facebook page. And if I saw anyone post anything that was like what I like, if they were anti-Trump or something, I sent them a personal message, a private message to join us. I just told them that I joined IndivisibleMOV and explained that it was a grassroots organization that is here to save our democracy and to stand up against fascism. And I said, and I told them, I just think this is something you may be interested in. And several of them said, can you keep me informed? I can't really come to the meetings. I can't do this, but keep me informed. So every week or so, I'll send them a private message each individually, and I'm up to 20 people now that I send these private messages. And I've seen 6 of them in our protests that they said, now keep me informed. And now they're even coming to me and saying, now when's your next protest? And then I saw 2 members here last month that were on my list. So I felt pretty good about that. But I just thought if everyone reached out on their Facebook page to the people that are like-minded, that maybe we can get some more members.
Okay, we have an opportunity. My kids always run when I tell them we have an opportunity. But we do have an opportunity. We have a really exciting election season approaching. And as part of our planning for the year, we would like to build out an election-focused team of people, preferably with 2 leaders, one from Ohio and one from West Virginia, so we can keep track of everything that's going on. And we can have a really good team of people to help coordinate, get out the vote, voters registrations, candidate forums, all things election related. And not that you have to do everything on the team, but organize, coordinate, and keep up with what's going on in our communities, and coordinate a lot of activity around voter registration and get out the vote. So if you're interested in that, see me after class, and I'll take your name down, and we will have a meeting here in a couple of weeks and start to get organized with the goal of being up and running and hit the ground running for the primary, so that we're ready to go into the general. That's the goal. So I think it'll be a lot of fun, and you'll get to learn some new skills, some phone banking or text banking or knocking on doors. I know everybody loves that. So keep that in mind as you plan out your spring. At least the weather will be good, right? I've got a laser beam going. What the heck? Wait a minute. Did you do that or did I do that? I did it? Oh, well, along the same lines as the elections, this is the latest information from the Wood County Democratic Party. They have their Democratic executive meeting this Thursday, and everybody is welcome to attend that at 6:30. And it's at the, what's the name of that union place? Building and Trade Center down in the traffic circle. They're also going to sponsor a Meet the Candidate Friday, March 13th from 7 till 9 at the Vienna Community Building. So do we have any candidates in here? Any candidates want to stand up and remind everybody who you are? We're going to keep asking you every time.
Yep, Marley. Do you want that one?
Who else is in here? Come on, I know there's somebody else.
Do you want to get theirs?
Yeah, just say what you're running for. Yeah.
Okay. Hi, my name is Marley Omenstetter, and I'm running for West Virginia House of Delegates in District 13, which is the Blennerhassett, Washington, Lubeck area, as well as a portion of Southside Parkersburg.
All right. If you want to meet more of the candidates, you can come on the 13th. Come on out. We've got a really, really great slate of candidates. I actually went out, we're nonpartisan. In all fairness, I went out and tried to find information from the Wood County Republican Committee. And after a lot of due diligence and phone calls and text messages, I wasn't able to find out anything. But they did have interesting information on their Facebook page about their Wood County voter notice that the GOP primary is closed this year. So if you're an independent, you will not be able to request a Republican ballot. And I don't know if a lot of people know that yet. You can request a Democratic ballot because it's still open, but the state Republican committee has closed the elections to Republicans only in their primary. And according to their post, the Wood County Republicans weren't in favor of that. You've got to be registered in West Virginia by April 21st for the primary, and absentee ballots by May 6th. I saw they announced the slate of poll workers, which is great. So we're off and running. Postcards.
Most of you who have been here before know we do postcards occasionally. I think I probably know.
Oh, you want the lights up? Can you do that, James?
All right, we do these postcards. It's from Informed Voters of America. They reach out to voters who are registered but have not, that's right, who are registered but have not voted in recent elections to try to encourage voting. We have a script. It'll be up on the screen, which you can barely read. It's also on your table. We've given you pens. I'll pass them out. One of our members donated stamps, and then we mail them. We've done this. This is our third or fourth time. Lori makes the contact with informed voters, and we get the postcards. And this is the third or fourth time we've done it.
It's for swing states.
It is in swing states, and the first one we did was for the Virginia election, which we greatly influenced. I'm glad to say it was all our postcards.
I think you put them over the top.
100 postcards that we did. So I'll pass them out, and if you don't mind to write those, and this gives you an opportunity to move around a little bit if you want to get a snack, whatever, to give you a chance to get up a little bit. Thank you. Someone else want to help you pass out?
All right, so feel free to get up. We also have water and
They're pre-addressed, so I'm already addressed.
Oh dear. Would you like to introduce our discussion on the rule? Would you like that? Or not? I mean, I can do it, but you might, if you'd like to do it. I'm just going to ask them to, for like, and just do an open discussion. Wasn't going to try to facilitate anything. I just thought we'd allow like a 10-minute venting or something. Yeah, and I think we're staying on track. I put the postcards up to give a little bit of time before our big, there are two big discussions on the flock cameras and the strategy review. Yeah, it was close. It was close, and I didn't want to waste any more.
I was a little busy today. I didn't really have time to answer.
It changed every hour. It really did. It did. It changed every hour.
Brad had an idea, but I put the little note by the speaker.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah.
Then it won't pick me up just talking. That's good. That's good. I like it. Yeah. Do you want me to leave this up so they can copy off of it, or do they already have something? Because of the lights. Do they know what to say? Oh, so they already know. They already know. You need help? Gives you something to do, doesn't it?
I'm one of those.
Do we have a count?
I tried, but people kept moving.
Once they sit back down, we'll give it another try.
I don't have a phase, but now I am the phase. So this movement. There's momentum right now. We gotta keep that momentum going. Everybody tell me happy birthday. It's so weird to drop the motion. Granted, that's so difficult to tell because 20 years ago, he was, he doesn't know me. Yeah, you don't have to no anarchist.
Marley, were you going to talk about public lands too, or just flock
We
cameras?
are. You just don't put it on.
We can. That's fine. We'll save public lands for next time.
Yeah, I
Okay.
didn't want to have too much time.
Okay.
And I had quite a bit. I don't know how long.
It's okay.
But if we can talk about it next time.
Yeah. We don't have to talk about it all one night. It's good. I just want to double check because I'd made a slide and I'll just zip right through it. I've got your slides for the flock cameras with the map and everything.
Right.
So it's fun to me.
Everybody that I did speak to, the 8 people that I did talk to, they were all
I think this worked good. I like this, having everybody in the line. Saves all kinds of time. Yeah. Yeah, I think we'll have plenty of time to talk about the war. Lori's worried we weren't going to talk about the war. Do you want me to put your sign over here? Or are you going to hold it up? You're going to hold it up? Okay. We can bring that to the new member net.
I'm not saying that we were lying, completely lying, right? I think so. I suspect. Also, I don't think that would be easy.
We'll take a couple more minutes before we get started and turn the lights down again.
Just learned that it's a full house at the Armory for the injection well meeting, which means 70, 80 people
Awesome. Full house. Excellent.
right now. So
Good news. Full house at the Armory on the injection wells. 70 or 80 people. Awesome. Awesome. Woo.
Was it downstairs in the county, in the, city? Yeah, but it was in the room there on the bottom floor, or was it upstairs? The room to the right, yeah. When you walk in. It was, yeah, it usually is. Oh, I don't know. I don't remember if it was. I'm not sure.
Everybody's writing furiously, knowing the lights are going off. Yes.
I have about 15 of my cards by ice. And if you take one of those that gives you the information of them, this is the end of 500 of them that I've been passing. You know, if you
Awesome.
anybody, color or lower income or whatever that could be impacted, you can, I've got these. So, yeah, and then you can order them through either this organization, I order them through the church here. It's in Spanish and in English.
Thank you.
So
Lori might have some more. Janice, could you catch the lights? Going back in the dark. Uh-oh, what happened? Okay, we've got our an in-depth topic here talking about a major security issue around the country, and we've got somebody that knows about flock cameras. Do you have your mic?
Can you hear me? Hello? Oh, this one's working, I think.
We're good.
Okay, so a few weeks ago, I was leaving my house and heading to a communications teams meeting in Vienna, and I noticed I have a picture up on one of the slides that I'd sent in, but it should be another one. There it is. So I noticed that right next to a stoplight that is next to my house that I drive past every day, and I had no idea what it was. And then once I got to the communications meeting, the topic of flock cameras got brought up, and I had also never heard of those. And once I saw a photo and heard what they were, I realized that that was the thing that I saw on my way there. So I did some digging and tried to figure out exactly what they are and what they're being used for. Um, these are AI powered license plate readers. So every single car that drives past, it captures information about your vehicle. It'll capture your license plate number, the make, model, color of your car, the timestamp for where you were and how often you pass by that camera. And it will also track any alterations that you have to your vehicle. So if you have stickers on your car, it'll note that. If you have a dent or a broken headlight, any sort of alteration, it will mark that as well. It also tracks, so some of the uses for this are neighborhood watch programs or HOAs. And in those cases, the administrators can enter the license plate numbers for residents of that community, I guess. So it will only alert when a non-resident is in the neighborhood. So it also tracks that sort of information. These are used by law enforcement, businesses, county and city officials as well. And the customer, whether it be any of those entities, will rent the camera from Flock. Flock installs it, and then the company gets access to the cloud where all of the data is stored, and they are allowed to access and use that data however they please. They can share it with whoever they want. And if you go to Flock's webpage, they will say that the customer owns the data. So they do not control how it is used. They also say on their website that they do not work with ICE, but it is proven that the law enforcement officers at some of the agencies that have these Flock cameras are collaborating with ICE. So they are doing searches in their database on behalf of requests from ICE. And also, pretty much every Lowe's has at least 2 of these installed, and Lowe's is also known to collaborate with ICE. I have another slide, if you wouldn't mind switching.
The map?
There should be one with maps on it. I haven't seen any at Home Depot, actually. So this is a map. Once I saw the one next to my house, I found a app called DFlock, and that is an app that allows users to input locations where they've seen Flock devices. You have to enter some information. I actually entered the one that I saw. It hadn't been put in there yet because I'm pretty sure it was just installed that day. But according to this app, this is the amount of Flock cameras in our local area. In Vienna, there are 5, and 4 of those are actually in the Vienna Lowe's parking lot, one on Grand Central. In North Parkersburg, there are 6. South Parkersburg, there are also 6, and 2 of those are at the Southside Lowe's. Belpre, there are 3, and I'm pretty sure a few of those are also new. One on the Memorial Bridge and one on the Parkersburg Belpre Bridge, and then on the corner of State Route 7 and Farson Street. And then Marietta actually only has 3 right now. 2 of those are at the Marietta Lowe's. But there have been a lot of reports of new ones being put up, especially lately. I've seen quite a few posts around West Virginia, especially. So if you see any Flock cameras that are not listed here, you can actually input those onto the DFlock app yourself if you download it, which I have a screen about that as well. You can go to the dflock.me app, but they also have a website, and the website is actually a wealth of knowledge when it comes to the Flock cameras in general. If you have any questions after this, you can probably find it on there. That's where those maps that I showed a picture of came from. There is also a website called don'tgetflock.com. This one has the same data about where the flock cameras are as deflock.org. But what it does is you can input a route. So if you're traveling somewhere, you can input your route and it will tell you how many flock cameras you're going to be driving by on your way to your location. And it will also give you alternative routes to try to avoid at least most of them if possible. Eyesonflock.com is great. It has information on the different ways that these cameras are being used. There are some companies that allow their information and their searches to be public use through audits. None of ours are, as far as I'm aware. I've looked. But as far as the ones that do have that information public, you can look at eyesonflock.com and it'll tell you how all of these cameras are being used and what searches are being done. And speaking of searches, the database allows for very specific searches. So for example, you could type in race car with horse trailer on the back and it would show you a picture of that exact thing. And obviously, anytime there is something like this, it will be misused. There's already been reports of a police officer in Texas, I believe, that used their flock security system to track down a woman who had illegally had an abortion in the state. So
90
that,
90 cameras, was it 90 cameras?
yeah.
90 cameras.
So the more cameras that they put up, obviously, the easier it'll be to track people. They'll have more data points to look at, and they are putting up more. So again, keep an eye out for any new ones. That way you can add it to the app. And plateprivacy.com, I put that one on there. That one's pretty similar to Flock, but it also has a lot of information just about privacy concerns in general. So that's also a really great resource as well. So according to Flock, and I haven't seen any other information, I don't think that facial recognition is part of at least the license plate readers. They have other security systems, but all of the ones in our area are license plate readers.
First sold to law enforcement for the purpose of tracking down criminals. You know, someone gets abducted, Nancy got this long business, and they use all the flock cameras in that area to track traffic. So that's how they were initially sold to law enforcement and to government agencies. And since that happened, and then again in West Virginia, where I was running up this convoy and getting Governor Morrissey, if you allow the state police to then access those private, you know, the state police have access to the flock cameras, and then they partner with ICE. Then ICE has access to our flock cameras. So every flock camera in West Virginia is now accessible by ICE, even though ICE publicly says they don't use that. Most of us don't believe everything that they say.
Right.
How they get all those people off the how they restaurant.
Yep, yep.
Yeah.
During an effort to like boycott or contact these businesses like those to say, hey, I'm refrain from doing business with you, having these cameras in the parking lot.
Yeah, so I don't think that I know that there's been boycotts with Lowe's regarding their collaboration with ICE and allowing them to detain people in their parking lots, but I don't think there's been any sort of thing like that regarding the flock camera specifically, at least in our area. I don't think very many people have even been aware of these cameras in general. I know I wasn't. But for some of these cameras, I'm still not exactly sure who is controlling them, who had them put up in the first place. Obviously, the ones that are in the Lowe's parking lot, those are for Lowe's. But some of, like the one next to my house, I have no idea who had installed. And that's another point that Lori made is I think if we can all kind of start paying more attention and bringing more attention to these, and maybe contacting like the city and maybe even the county commissioner to see if they can tell us who owns each of these cameras and what that data is being used for. I think that could be a big help.
Good question.
Right. Yeah. No.
I'm sure they'll be glad to talk to you.
And to that point, I don't know if anybody saw the Ring Super Bowl commercial, but they had previously been uh, contracted with Block, and we're basically using the footage from people's Ring cameras and putting it in the same database, coordinating that. They got so much negative feedback from that ad that they canceled their agreement with Block. So if we can all make some noise about it, I think it is possible to get some answers and maybe even get them removed.
Chief Ford is participating in a community safety town hall meeting.
Ooh.
That's just for Parkersburg, and if you know me, you know I'll be there. And flock is one of my very serious concerns, and to directly ask him what participation the city is providing for these flock cameras and who is getting the data. And well, I don't know if they're gonna like me asking that, but so if you want to be involved
Monday,
in the Parkersburg
city building.
area, Zach
Town hall,
Huffman put it on
safety town hall.
Facebook. I don't know how many of you are on social media there. But I can get the information for you tonight before you leave if you want.
We can put it up on our feeds. We can put it up on our feeds too.
Hold on a second. We'll look again at phone and the calendar.
It's under City of Parkersburg on Facebook.
Zach Huffman.
5 o'clock, City Hall, March 9th. And my interactions with Chief of Police for the City of Parkersburg have been amicable so far. He has been rational and reasonable with me, although it's been contentious. So if you guys want to get out and get involved in this particular issue, go, raise your hand. Why are you spying on me?
Hey, Marley, on dflock.org, it looks like there's a list of cities and towns that have deflocked their communities. There's an entire list of cities that have canceled their contracts with Flock. So it's possible.
It is
Yes,
possible,
it
for
is.
sure.
The first step in that is you have to know about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also confirming that these are owned by the city and not another entity, because some of them are, again, are owned by businesses, and it depends on who owns them, but it is absolutely possible that the city owns at least some of them. Does anybody else have any other questions? This is all sort of very new to me as well. I've tried to gather as much information on it as I could, but if you have anything later on that you are wondering about, the deflock.org, I will more than likely have the answer. They have a wealth of information on there, so I highly recommend checking that out if you get the time.
Thank you, Marley. You were here last month. We did an exercise. And so we asked for feedback. And so we took all the information and let Gemini help us transcribe it all, because there was 39 different postcards and post-it notes. Anyway, there's a lot of information. And so I used that to help. It is an amazing tool, especially for transcription. And so I'm going to go over the results from that exercise, the feedback from all of you.
My name is Lisa Moore. I'm not Lisa Amerlin. Too late. So, you have the summary screen.
The summary? Well, it's
Yes. Yeah. So we asked about what we can do to increase members, membership and participation, about the voting. How can we get the vote out? And also,
well, we asked
what
people why they came.
motivates
We asked
you, or
people why they came.
why do you come to a meeting? We have over 200 people signed up in our group, and they participate in different activities. We consistently get 50 people at a meeting, and we just wondered what brings you here and what you'd like to see. So we compiled that data. The best postcard we got was they come to meetings. What would make the meetings better was they get brownies back. So we have brownies. So, but we got a lot of good information from that. And I'll just quickly, I hope I can see. What motivates you is that you want to combat isolation, democratic commitment, civic duty. I think that motivates all of us. That's why we're here. We want to take an active part. Okay, next slide. And the key expectation is actionable items. We talked about what actions we can do. We do a lot of protest, postcard writing. At every meeting, we have postcards that you can write on your own, not the postcards that we just did as a group. Education and growth, guest speakers and learning things. Hopefully we did that tonight with Marley and the flop. And social connection. We're working on that, doing better with having some fun, doing some fun things with the group. The new member meeting at the net as it starts. Trish talked about starting a voter group. That's really important. Voting is the way we change what's going on in our country. And if you watch the primaries from yesterday, the turnout for the Democrats was incredible. So if we can encourage that kind of turnout in West Virginia and Ohio, we can make a difference for our state and for our country. So that's really important, and I hope that y'all will consider talking to her about being in that group. The other things we're canvassing and media, reaching out to different media groups. We do a good job with our local media and newspaper, but we're working on trying to channel other groups. There are statewide papers that we can involve as well. Broadening the scope of our actions. We talked about inclusivity and creating a phone tree that will alert the immigrant community. Most of us have the red cards and we've been passing those out, and that's a great thing to do, but we want to make sure that we're kind of teed in with the immigrant community and that we can be an alert to them. It's not a huge community here. It wouldn't be a hard thing to do. And having institutional partners is another way that we can broaden the scope of our action. This is working on creating a coalition with some religious leaders in the group. And if any of you have watched, there has been a huge outcry from a lot of religious leaders that we haven't heard from for a very long time. And I think yesterday, whenever commanders talked to troops about Trump being God's appointee to start Armageddon, I think that will also influence what happens in those religious groups. There were meetings. Lori asked me to explain what happened in case you hadn't heard that. Most of you probably have heard that. There were meetings across all sections of the military where commanders spoke to non-commissioned officers about the war and trying to drum up support for the war. And more than 100 of those people have come forward. The people who are in those meetings have come forward to file complaints. These are service members in the United States Armed Forces who are putting their career on the line to come forward and say that commanders at those meetings said that Trump was appointed by God, anointed by God to start Armageddon. That's what the war in Iran was. So, over 30 different meetings, as I said, more than 100 members of our military have stood up, put their careers at risk to say, this is not right. And whatever we can do to support them, we need to do. So, anyway, we talked about increasing team involvement. One of the huge things that came up in this was people don't know what the teams are, which is a very good place to start. These are our teams. We have an action team. The action team plans our events. They're not the only people who do the events. They do the planning. They get the permits and make sure you can go to Muskingum Park. Kim and Lisa, if you'll stand up, they are the leaders of the action committee. If you would like to participate in that, they would love to have. We have a recruiting committee. This committee is to attract new members and to make sure they get plugged in, find a group that they're happy with, that they can serve with. Gracie and Joan, if you'll stand up, if you would like to be part of that, they would love to have you. Yes, we intermingle. So, um, communications. We have a team for communications. We do press releases. We write op-eds. We um, have a big social network. That's Amanda. Amanda does our social networking. Rick also is involved in that. And Meryl. Meryl's out of town for work, but she's a great writer and she has made great headways in getting us connected to WTAP and to the News and Sentinel. So if you would like to help with communication, we meet the third Wednesday of every month at Panera at 6:30. Our group grows every month and we love to have you. And we'll put you to work doing something. Vienna. Sorry, Vienna Panera, yeah. Yeah. Recruiting meets in the library in Vienna. You have a set date? Which Saturday? Okay. Yeah. Get with them and they'll tell you. We have a tech team. Brad and Rick and Amanda, Trish is on that team. They make sure that you can hear us and see us at meetings and events. If you have tech issues, they can hook you up. And we have a finance committee. That's the only committee that's really closed. We have 2 steering committee members who work on that, Janice and Sue Ellen. And we are looking for one other person from the group to be involved with that. It is not about who gets money or anything like that. It's just keeping track of our donations, our ActBlue account, what money comes in and what money goes out. And we spend money on things like rooms so we can have meetings. I think we bought a couple frog costumes. We spend money for the big events that we have. So posters, we do sign making, we buy poster board and markers and that kind of stuff. So if there is someone in here who has a financial acuity that they would like to share, we would love to have you for that. And then our next theme, of course, will be elections. So, yes. We had a watchdog committee that was basically Marley, and she merged into communications. So the watchdog committee is now a part of communications, and what watchdog means is we keep an eye on legislation, city politics, that kind of stuff, so we know what's coming down the pipe. You might remember we did a big campaign against the Hope Scholarship, and Marley was a part of that. Yes, Helen.
but we're looking to start up some projects in spring and really get off.
Awesome.
So one thing that we really want to make a priority is building like a Rolodex or like a contact list. So anybody just talked about who is on one, I would really like to get more contact information, so I can make that available.
We would love to see that committee up and running. And these are a great way to show people that you're part of Indivisible MOV. That's my sales pitch. Any questions about what happened with the information that we got? Someone suggested the pocket-sized constitutions. I've looked everywhere for those. The cheapest place I can find them is ACLU. They're $17 for 100, so we'll talk about what we can do about that. Maybe getting some of those. We did talk about getting in festivals that got us in a parade. The Freedom Festival in Vienna turned us down because we're not their kind of freedom. And let's see.
That's so
Another
ironic. Isn't that
very
ironic?
important thing is
So
getting
ironic.
together with other local grassroots groups, and we're working on that. So we appreciated the input so much. There were so many great ideas. Thank you all for doing that. It was a big help. And we will keep working and keep bringing us ideas and be a team leader. You need to, a team. Thank you very much.
Speaking of team, our tech team introduced themselves, Brad and Rick and Amanda. They'll be available after the meeting's over. If you would like to get a Signal account or have questions about security or accessing information with your social media or your email, whatever, they'll be available to help you. They're awesome. I have news about our next meeting will be at Judge Black Annex in Parkersburg on April Fool's Day. You gotta love that. The next meeting in Marietta will be May 6th, and we have a new location. It's at St. Luke's Episcopal, which is not very far from here. They have a more accessible fellowship hall, parish hall, and it's a good size, has tech support, and I think it'll be a really good space for us. So come join us at both meetings, but especially if you're in Marietta, come and join us at St. Luke's on May 6th. We have just discovered this. I saw some news reports about it, and it's pretty exciting. Pretty exciting. What I saw today was a mass call from the Singing Resistance, and they're going to have Singing Resistance 101 this Thursday, March 5th, 5 to 6:30 p.m. And I'm like, okay. Oh, okay. All right. 8 to 9:30. Thank you for pointing that out. So I got to looking, and I thought, why don't we? Could you run that video? Start the video. So I got to looking to see what we could learn about this, and I don't know how many of you have heard about this. I got to put up with the YouTube commercial. We're too cheap to pay for a.
Double the numbers, double the courage. I am not afraid. I will go I know I have This is really organized resistance. It's a vehicle for us to express ourselves. Like we're not seeing it. Actually not. We are. What's happening? And it's a way to shot control agents. 1,400 today. There's been a time when it's been pretty tempting to feel so disempowered. And where is the voice of sanity and hope in the midst of community? And we all did it together. And the leaders of the city resistance movement were beautiful. And they brought out the hope and the grief and the rage and the beauty. So I know song. Yes, I'd like to think that more and more people are waking up. They want us to go to the spot stories in their family. And what I've seen is that after we make us smarter, more people got out on the streets the next day. You want to know where to invest $1,000 right now?
Of course. So what I'd like to do is we'll put the information on this out on our socials. If anybody's interested in joining that training session, and it may be something that we can do. Who knows? Maybe we can actually end up with enough people that want to sing from the songbook, because the information they give you, you can access the songbook, you can take the training. This is spreading all over the country like wildfire. It's gone really viral because it's a wonderful thing to be able to sing as part of your resistance efforts. And so the more to come on that, and who knows, maybe we'll have a group to sing at the No Kings. There you go. There you go. It's all about the enthusiasm.
I had plans to go and I had invited tons of people to meet me there. And then my aunt died and her service was that Saturday. So, but it was late enough that I thought I could get into a No Kings in Wheeling, which was nearby. And I went to the one in Elmwood. There was one at Elmwood. And their setup was a lot like Marietta's. There was a bridge and people parked on the other side of the bridge. And then would come across and line up on each side of the road. And I thought, after it started, I thought, there's an awful lot of people still parking over there. Then all of a sudden, here they come, marching across that bridge, chanting. And there was someone in the lead with a bullhorn, and they were saying, what does democracy look like? And then everyone yelled behind them, and they had someone with a drum. And they just kept coming.
Wow.
So,
Might be cool. I think we need a drum. I feel compelled to have a drum at that. There you go. Yes, I have a lot of interesting instruments. Actually, my son does, but pots and pans work. Yeah, bring the ditch. Um, just a few little reminders, if especially for newcomers. We have a wonderful text service that you can sign up for. You can sign up for email or text, but most people, the text messaging is very convenient. We don't spam you with a bunch of things, but we do remind you of about events, and it's an easy way to let you know when something's happening or to remind you about something that's happening. So I encourage you to sign up for the text message service. I think we're done in record time. Oh, always got something. Oh, awesome. There you go. We've already got people ready to charge ahead. I'd love to do it too, but you haven't heard me sing. If, if we could grab the lights up, uh, what, we had a lot to talk about tonight. And what I didn't do was put a slide on about the war. And I really couldn't figure out what to say, you know? But I think that we all uh, would like to talk about it. So if nothing else, the meeting part, the business part of the meeting is over. I'd like to open up the floor. If anybody has anything they want to say or communicate or vent, I will open the floor out. Oh, Brian, of course, does. You want? I love to hear his voice. He has the most beautiful voice. Go.
I don't know how my voice is tonight. I got that respiratory stuff that's going around, so we'll see. Most of you have already met me. I appreciate everybody who has interacted with me. Got a text message from a friend of mine 20 minutes ago. We are now involved in operations in Ecuador. Ecuador. I just, who can keep up? Yeah. Well, Ecuador, I suspect it's going to be more of the same drug cartels.
That's what they say.
And we've been fighting the war on drugs since the 1950s. We've lost our way. We haven't won. And it's about fear and it's about creating states of an emergency. I don't usually cover national events on what I do online because I'm so hyper focused on city events and building a community and partners where people are informed about those events. So I was in the United States Marine Corps. We're stationed in Europe right now. I had to have a very hard conversation with my daughter-in-law who's staying while he's deployed with our grandson. That when the shit hits the fan, your husband, my son, stepson of my son, is cannon fodder. He was a battalion, then I go first. The song John Fogerty wrote, Fortunate Son, always talks about no fortunate son. I wasn't born with a silver spoon. Was I. At the time I served, I didn't have the perspective that I have now. And my son sort of has it. My eldest son, Guard veteran, no, Army Reserve veteran, is now getting perspective. He's almost 30, 2 kids. The first couple assassinations by government agents in the streets rattled him. Got him. I'm starting to see shifts in people. I'm starting to see people I work with kind of nudge up against me a little closer for that quiet conversation. Hey, buddies of mine and I are going to the Springsteen concert. You know, the No Kings one? Cool. Oh, Hey, listen, do you want to know when the next protest is? Yeah, it's happening. And it happens quietly. Resistance always builds quietly. There's always loudmouths. But the core of resistance builds in basements, at potlucks, at social gatherings. Don't be afraid to drop clues to your friends. These wars are coming. The chaos is coming because they want to have everyone scared so they can control, so that they can manipulate, so they can exploit. Our country was built and framed on a constitution that the anti-federalists went, hold up, what about the people? And they went, what do you want? We got to get this through. We want some protections. Now, at the time, men, white guys with money. And I said, oh, we can do that. And it's taken damn near 250 years to bring most of the people that we have at the table to the table. And they still ain't got a place at the table that's secure. And that's what they're fighting against. Because at the end of the day, in the 1950s, when Congress decided to put "In God We Trust" on the dollar bill, it supplanted religion as a path, a way, a devotion to community, and made it about idolatry of monies. And if you chase it back with every single one of these wars, it'll be money. Somebody's getting paid. And it ain't me. Who here says they're waiting on George Soros's check?
I'm waiting.
That right? Right? I think I've said some brilliant shit. Might be worth $1 or $2, but keep strong. Keep your ears open and listen for people who want to join you. You'll get subtle hints, and it'll be quiet because people are timid. But when they know they're secure, when they know that they're safe with you, they will follow you. And I want to personally congratulate the crew, including Jack, that worked on this city project. I didn't have time to devote to it that I wanted to. And I am so proud I could be this much of it and that I can be this much of it with you guys. So that's enough of my bullshit for one night.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Brian. Who's motion? Eric?
No, not you, Eric.
Thank you. I just wanted to mention, as part of what we're discussing with the war, that to please keep in mind, around here we have thousands of federal employees, like myself, like Brad, like others. We have some retired federal employees. Diana used to be my boss. So, you may have read or heard that federal employee union representation in Parkersburg was ended, that the Bureau of Fiscal Service terminated its contract with the union. But if you read my piece, or not my piece, Jess Mancini's piece in the Parkersburg News and Sentinel this week, I made clear in an interview with Jess that the contract is not terminated. It's not as simple as the Bureau saying, oh, we're not, under the executive orders last year from Trump, we're just not going to recognize the union anymore and have this active contract. We are the exclusive representative for bargaining unit employees with the Bureau, and the Federal Labor Relations Authority has established us as that and has not revoked that. So the Bureau can't just go in and say, oh, we don't reckon. Yeah, you do. Contract's still in force. And we're still enforcing it. And we're fighting a lot of Office of Personnel Management crap right now about employee reviews, appraisals of performance that violate statutory law. And we're fighting those executive orders from last year in the courts that tried to terminate our union contracts, again, unlawfully and in violation of statute. So federal employees, military and non-military alike, the civilian federal workforce as well as those in uniform, are going through hell right now and have been for over a year. Now, fortunately, in the civilian side, we're not cannon fodder, as Brian alluded to. But that doesn't mean that people are not and have not been and will not be losing their jobs, their livelihoods, not getting the pay raises they deserve, not getting the performance awards they deserve, not having the union representation and collective bargaining rights that they have been guaranteed by statutory law, that have been guaranteed to them since before the statutory law, since an executive order passed by John F. Kennedy in 1962, being denied that. We have lost alternative work schedules that were guaranteed to us under statute as in 1982. We have lost telework rights that were guaranteed to us under statute since 2010, at least 20% telework. Um, all of this is being challenged. All of this is being fought because federal employee unions exist. And we need them to continue to exist. And this union steward wants to tell all of you that the entire workforce, private and public, should be as unionized as it can get. And we all deserve that. We all deserve a union contract. We all deserve collective bargaining rights. If the sanitation workers in Parkersburg has been unionized, we wouldn't have needed this wonderful petition because they would have been able to have a grievance process and arbitration and mediation and appeals to state bodies, including the state courts, and the city never would have gotten away with what it's done to defund sanitation and try to turn it over to private sector actors for nonsensical reasons. So I just wanted to point that out and thank you. I'm off my soapbox.
Thank you. Anybody else have a comment they want to make? You don't have to use the mic. It's small enough in here if you speak up, if you're afraid of the mic. Anybody else have anything they want to say or lament or sing about? We tried to bring a little joy tonight. You know, we had the frog out front, and I tried to bring a little tears with listening to the music at the end because it was important. So I appreciate you all indulging me in all that. I am little Maeve Marie, born February 9th. My first one. I know I'm really old for having the first one. It's going to keep me young, I'm hoping. Well, if nobody does, Laura, did you want to say anything?
Shelly and Jim like every day. And when they don't take my name and zip code, I call them back and say, I think you were supposed to get my name and zip code. And so I hope we are still calling them to make our voice heard. And I know that there are a couple of big things that are happening right now. You probably know the DOJ has sued some states to get their voter rolls. West Virginia, our Republican actually refused to do it.
You can always call and thank him and encourage him for that. Ohio gave up this afternoon. We threw it up on our socials. They just gave it up. Yeah, this afternoon. It's on. We posted a news article about it. Whoever comes up and talks to me afterwards, and whoever we can recruit. If you know somebody that loves to work on get out the vote, registration, that kind of thing, pass my contact information along to them, or give it to me tonight if you want to. Or if you're at, you know, you can. Oh, good idea. Excellent idea. Everybody has good ideas. That's the other thing. Even if you can't commit time, I know all of you have really good ideas. Thank you for those ideas. That's a good place to start, isn't it?
West Virginia today, I believe voted to privatize
Foster care.
So horrifying.
I think it passed in the Senate.
There won't be any oversight, and it'll go like.
Somebody's always making money, aren't they?
And you are concerned about the foster care system as well. Every single county in the United States has something called a child care resource and referral agency. And they do connect with local entities that work with foster care, that work with child care programs. If this is something you're passionate about, feel free to reach out to them and ask them what you can do as well. We can have a group effort with this as well.
Thank you. Oh, I also want to make note, I thank everybody that's attended tonight online. I get excited and I forget that we have 5 different streaming, I think we're doing 4 tonight. So we have 4 platforms we're streaming to, thanks to Amanda's tech work here. And sometimes I forget that we have an online community that is able to attend from afar, from whenever they're on vacation or traveling or don't live here anymore, or can't get into the meeting. So we'd like to make that available to everybody. And even sometimes we don't have a huge number, but it's always great and it's online, and then everybody can go back and take a look at it and share it. And so, share the live stream if you when you get back and get on your phone.
The live stream can be replayed on YouTube and TikTok.
I see a lot of TikTokers in here. So thank you all for coming out, and grab some food and feel free to stick around and talk to each other. Thank you, guys. I think this worked well. I don't know how you thought, but I thought it worked out good having everybody sit up here. Oh, terribly sorry. Brian, that's okay. You'll pick me up if I fall.